Well, you know, you got a lot of people that know you, man. You built up a reputation of banging. You know what I'm saying? Let's talk about that. Who are some of the people you have problems with?
My thing is, people always say, "Hey, X, you clout chasing," but guess
You don't know Chief X?
I be seeing him around because I'm on. He's always
right,
around.
right, right, right,
Yeah.
right.
All right, yeah.
so, so, so my thing is, you know, I consider myself a righteous brother, sir. You know, I'm very honest. You know, I do a lot of business and I don't owe
Come
not
up
one
so I
person.
don't, so
Yeah.
yeah.
I do a lot of business and I don't owe not one person. So sometimes I do bang on a lot of people and I expose a lot of people, but these are people who I just personally consider charlatans and who are bad for the community, in my opinion, and people who just grossly, intentionally teach misinformation. I don't mess with nobody who makes a mistake or they may be wrong or don't know certain history, but people who intentionally lie and purposely miseducate our people.
Is it personal with you sometimes? Because some people might say, "Damn, this shit with him is personal. He don't like me."
No, it's not personal. Sometimes I sit back and have fun. I'm not even really a YouTuber.
I do have a question.
If you want to come up.
No. But, okay. Chief X. Yeah, let me come in front of the camera. Hold this. How you doing, brother? Stop. Chief X, stop.
A long while back, I can't remember who this was or even exactly what they said, but it kind of bothered me a great bit. And my response to whoever it was to make it clear that I'm not one of those. You know, one of those who would see maybe a Tahaka Bay fighting with a Sonetter, that I'd be one of the ones that would pick one to defend, or maybe see a Tariq fighting with a Umar, and I'd take one over the other, when actually I would favor none of those types. But however, whoever it was said what they said, it suggested to me that they thought that I was part of the Black Power crowd. But this person was part of that crowd, and they thought that, you know, I had just a few mere disagreements with it. And I wanted to make it crystal clear that I wasn't one of those. So I responded out loud and disrespected several of their notable Black Power people. Amos Wilson, Chancellor Williams, Khalid Muhammad's bitch ass. And yeah, that's what he was. A rabble-rousing informant. I did several of them, including y'all's precious Cress Welsing. I said, I don't care if she did, fuck her. She could suck my dick. Another thing I said was that I wished that this man, Kenneth Douglas, a mortician, he's in jail right now, had sex with about 100 dead bodies. I said that I wished that he was her mortician. Now, did I mean that part? No, of course not. It's not that serious. But what was that serious is that I make it clear that I'm not one of those part of whatever that person was part of. The artificial pro-blackness, I don't like it, because I know what it is, I know what it's for, and I know where it came from, and it means us no good. I'm talking about your Farrakhan's, your Dr. Joy DeGrues, your Michelle Alexanders and the rest of them, your John Henry Clarks and the rest. They all know better. They all know what Morpheus Unplugged knew all along. Morpheus Unplugged is one of these people who propagates the lie that this is white supremacy and white people are privileged. And I was listening to him this morning, and he inadvertently dropped down on everybody.
Hey, what's going on, fam? So I know it's been a minute since I've done a video, but, you know, that's how I've been lately. Been real busy, working a lot, multiple jobs, etc. So it's been hard to make time for making videos, but that's not the topic of today's video. Today's video is what's happening to our society. So we've already lived in a deranged, anti-black society since the forming of America. But what I've always known, and I know I haven't really talked about this much, but a lot of the things that they start out doing to black people in particular spread to the whole society. And so if you're a white person listening to this video, if you happen to, which I know I have almost no white people listening to my videos, but if any of you happen to, whatever they start targeting us with, it'll eventually spread to you. Whatever it is, police brutality, whatever you want to say, we're the testing ground for that. I'll just put it as that.
Man said that he knew all along. So why has he been on here with the rest of them, on here brainwashing people with that white superiority doctrine? And I've told people that this is not white supremacy, and that thing you see as white privilege is an illusion, void of substance. Morpheus, in what may be a moment of clarity, was talking about censorship and how he believes that the government is trying to kill and or enslave everybody with this mandate stuff. And I bet he thought he was only confessing his own sins, but nah. He dropped dime on the whole operation that many see as black empowerment. And with all of you being stripped from white people, too many will still believe that they've been privileged. Your fake black power stuff been soaking up and harnessing the energy of many good people who really do want to see some kind of black empowerment, but instead you've used social media to hold people still for the big one. And the big one looks like it's here. I don't know if it is, but it sure looks like it's here. The people I mentioned earlier raised these black power people. These frauds we see today are their offspring. And for a long while, I've called myself remaking a video I did years ago called White Privilege. I remade it twice already, but I wanted to do it again. But I've been procrastinating, getting distracted and, taking my dear sweet time with it. But I did get a bit of it done, though. And one of those bits was the lie that's being propagated about Margaret Sanger. And the kind of lie that got truth in it. That kind. The lie that Margaret Sanger set up abortion clinics to target black people. That's a lie.
Margaret Slee, president of America's Planned Parenthood Federation, maintains that European women should stop having babies for the next 10 years.
Don't you think such a theory, such a radical theory, is antisocial?
On the contrary, it seems to me that it is more practical and humane.
What about the women who want babies now and in 10 years will not be able to have babies? Rather impractical, don't you think?
Oh, John, you do ask hard questions. I should think that instead of being impractical, it is really very practical and intelligent and humane.
But Mrs. Slee, in this country, having babies is the only thing left which is both unrationed and untaxed. Do you think we really ought to stop?
Well, I suppose a subject like that is really so personal that it's entirely up to the parents to decide. But from my view, I believe that there should be no more babies.
Yeah, she set up abortion clinics to target black people. But the lie is in not telling the whole truth about it, which is that Margaret Sanger detested all people that she considered to be useless eaters, including her own Caucasian race. You heard her. She said, no more babies. This is not white supremacy, this is imperialism. And you just heard the mindset of what that means. Imperialism means everybody is on the menu.
We wrestle not with flesh and blood, but principalities and powers.
But to push white superiority into black people's heads, the lie is to say that it was just about black people, just so you can keep up the lie about white people being privileged. Imperialists don't care about race. She said, no more babies.
What'd you just say?
I said your fucking baby's gonna burn.